Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm out here on another beautiful 60-degree day. The winter is gone and it's almost as if it never was, sort of like the nothing. It's almost as if it never was. And that's a really corny 80s reference that some of you might get, but anyway, I wanted to get to today's topic, which is really about the journey. And the journey is the entire point of everything, and our success is entirely centered upon who we are as a person. Now, that could sound almost like metaphysical and kind of out there, but the reality is, you've heard the saying, we are the sum of our choices. And the reality is, as the sum of our choices, we're shaping everything determined by us, our own work ethic, our own character, our own drive, our own willingness to adapt to anything that's happening around us to allow us to grow and change. And that growth and that change is what's going to determine whether or not you shape the things in your life in a way that works well for you. And this is something I've learned over the course of many years as I've started businesses and tried to grow and tried to adapt. And I can't say that anything has been more valuable a life lesson than that. So that growth and that change is really what's going to shape everything about you. And when it comes to adapting, like, say, learning about all the different social media platforms, the internet, every way that you can, say, run a business, using that as an example, would be a huge deal in changing just the way everything functions and works in your life. You have to be able to grow and allow yourself to be changed and challenged in a way that makes you a better person. And it's so important to just wrap your head around that and accept the fact that you are where you are because you've chosen it. Now, I realize that there's going to be people that watch this that they're going to say, well, wait a minute, somebody did me wrong. Somebody screwed me over here, or somebody did this to me or did that to me. And I do understand that completely. And to some degree, there's truth to that. But how you react to that and what changes you make to your life after that are just as important. I myself went through a situation where somebody that I was married to committed alimony fraud against me. Ended up putting me in a really tough financial situation that it's still not even completely to this day even resolved totally. But you have to learn what types of traits and what types of red flags that you can spot from those individuals that bring that type of trauma and trouble to your life to try to get them dealt with and identified and removed a lot sooner as you move forward into your future, because the more you can do that, the better you can mitigate those threats and mitigate that damage that's being caused in your life by those types of people. You just have to learn how to spot it by setting proper boundaries, which is something I talk about in another video, but it's so important. If you don't have the proper boundaries set, people are going to be coming in, ransacking and ruining your life constantly. You have to draw those lines. But this particular video, we're talking about how we can change, how we can grow, how we can rise to the challenge of learning and adapting and changing in ways that allows us to become better people and accept that it's part of the journey too. It isn't just the goal of, I want all this money, or I want success, or I want this, or I want that. Those shouldn't really be so much your end goal as allowing yourself to become a different and better version of yourself along the way. And it's so important. And I've certainly not arrived there. I'm a human being like everybody else, but it's something you have to accept that you're going to be on this journey for the rest of your life. In fact, embracing the journey is part of where you get that peace and that growth and that life that helps kind of stave off the depression and the frustration and everything that you deal with. It helps to deal with all of that. You need that goal and that drive and that ability to kind of face it that way. It's going to make all the difference in the world. So when you go forward, you'd have to realize everything about this is all about changing us and who we are. Everything about this is all about changing us and who we are. And it isn't about attempting to get a hold of that money and get a hold of that success or get to some sort of a position. You're fine where you are, doing what you are right now, and just be at peace at that. Keep developing yourself, though. So if you're learning about starting an internet business, learn about the faculties of that. What do you need to do to do that, and begin to explore, begin to test it, begin to learn and grow with it. With each mistake, you're going to learn just as much as with each success, which that's another major thing. No failure is worthless. Every failure is something that you can learn from and eliminate from the pile to begin to put you on the right direction towards having whatever success it is that you need in life. And also redefining success to some degree as developing yourself as a person. You're never going to be so financially set that you're never going to need anything. There will never be any worries, never be any problems, and you're totally relaxed. Take a look at the billionaires that are out there. They're striving for more and more and more every single day. None of them ever gets to a point where they're like, yep, I don't need it anymore. I'm not going to try anymore. It eats them alive, just like it does a lot of people. You have to decide that it won't eat you alive. That no matter what happens, that you continue to grow personally and learn and experience the things that you need to learn and experience to get you moving down that journey. And some of it isn't even necessarily about business or finances or anything like that. It could be simply starting to work out, starting to do something on the side as a hobby that becomes a major part of your life. The people that you're going to meet and encounter along the way. The things that it's going to test you with, where you have to learn and expand and become a better version of yourself. You can't replicate that anywhere else. It all comes from the experience of that. And our failures define us just as much as our successes do. It's a major, major thing. Anyway, these are some thoughts that I was kind of knocking around in my head and contemplating as I was walking today. And I wanted to share it with everybody and see what your thoughts and comments were on that. And feel free, obviously, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. I'd love to hear from everybody, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good day.